Hello, Americans. Another friend and subscribers around the world. Hey, man. This morning, I was going to look and see what the... Oh, this thing probably don't tell you anyway. A little bit brisk this morning, but warmer than it has been. Yesterday, it got up to 92 degrees. 92 degrees! I think we skipped right over spring. Went from, didn't really have much of a winter, but, man, it's just nuts. That's not going to help the mushrooms at all. Not the heat like that. So I don't know what today's supposed to bring. Obviously, it's pretty dang early, about 6 o'clock. I figured I'd start this, but got up at 4. Been over, drinking coffee and watching some tube videos, and I keep. The last couple around, I don't know if I did them in a row, but I've been sharing some of the stuff that I'm seeing and hearing. It's just, there's so much going on that, without me just talking about it, there's no way that I can talk, but to see other people's opinions, that's kind of why I've been doing these videos like I have, man. There's, so much going on, and people, man, some people in dire straits, man. I think the majority of us are just all just in awe of everything that's going on. I don't see it getting any better, man. These are some crazy, crazy times. Well, I thought I'd share today. I was gonna share these videos I was watching this morning, man. People are losing their crap. Man, Americans are losing it, some of them. And if you're out there in tough times, man, it's definitely tough times for all of us. One thing after another every day, man. You wake up and you know what kind of crap's gonna happen today? But I'm gonna share some of these clips, man, and then we'll talk about it. Some of them are heartbreaking.
I'm at Walmart because I need more underwear. I'm gonna have to take out a freaking loan just to buy underwear. I don't understand, because why is four pairs of underwear $18? I need socks too, but can't get it today. I'm stressed out. I'm fucking stressed. We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say, don't compare yourself to others. But I see people going to Chicago, Coachella, and fucking, buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money. And I'm over here and can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
Why is everyone struggling right now? I'm looking around at people who have degrees, work experience, and still can't get hired, and the people that are working are barely getting by. So it's not like people aren't trying. So why does it feel like nothing is working anymore?
You know what's absolutely ridiculous is you can go to the grocery store, spend $150 on groceries, but then carry them into the house with one arm. Where's my rent? $150, you should be able to get a wagon to haul the groceries in. But no, I can do it with one arm.
$1,000 a month cash in groceries, if not more. It might be more than $1,000. I'm like, how is that possible? I just went shopping last week and I spent over $300. This week the food's gone. The whole 6 days later, literally 6, not even 7 days. 6 days later, the food's pretty much gone. The fridge is bare. I'm like, how? Because $300 don't get you shit. That's how. So when you used to be able to go and spend, you know, $150 and fill up your cabinet's fridge, and now it lasts you a couple weeks, $300 is not lasting anybody a week.
Why does it seem like everything is at least $100 anymore? Like, I swear, if I actually am going inside of a store to purchase something, I cannot walk out for less than $100. I mean, in very few cases that I can. But grocery shopping, $100. I get 3 shirts at Target, $100. I can barely even fill up my gas tank for less than $100. And there was a point in my childhood where I felt like if I had $100, I was rich. Like, even in my teens, I felt like $100 was the pinnacle of wealth, almost. Now, it can't even cover, like, my utilities. Crazy to me. Crazy. The world is very expensive these days.
I tell you, I just came out of the store, the supermarket, and I'm about to be a vegetarian. You think this shit is a joke? I am about to be a vegetarian. I cannot afford to buy meat. I cannot afford to buy meat. I work my ass off, and I cannot afford to buy the bare necessities. Like meat. Meat. Yeah, I want meat. And I go in the supermarket, almost $100, and my cart. I don't think we're really understanding what's going on. Don't tell me, because I'm this and I'm that. I'm a realist. And I see exactly where we're headed for. And we think it's a joke. We really think it's a joke because we're just out here hating on each other for some of the stupidest, pettiest shit. And the things that we should be standing up for, we're divided. And I'm about to be a vegetarian because there's no way I go into the supermarket and the price that I'm seeing for food. Are we this blind? Are we honestly this blind?
I never thought I'd see the day when I'm contemplating eating food for the day or not using my car for the next week because $30 gets me 5 gallons. Can somebody explain that to me, like on regular too? Like on 5 gallons, I get from point A to point B for a week. And then I have no gas. Like,
Seriousness, how are people surviving in this economy right now? Gas prices are through the roof. Food prices are through the roof. So you have to plan your meals, like a whole week of meals just to stay within budget. So don't you dare buy anything fun at the store. You're going to break that budget. And then you can't really afford to move because houses in this area at least have doubled. So instead you have to put an addition on your home and your man has to do 90% of the work because who's going to be paying for materials and labor? And this system is so not designed for 2 parents to be working and have multiple children in daycare because then it's not even worth it to go to work. So instead you work opposite shifts. So honestly, if you have tips and tricks on how to get through this, let me know.
$1,200. $1,200 is what we have spent on groceries this month. We're not eating steaks. We're barely eating meat. It's like ground turkey instead of ground beef. We're doing canned tuna for tuna casserole. My kids have ramen and dumplings when I don't feel like making dinner. We're not going out to eat. We're not going crazy. We have some snacks every once in a while, but it's like, I don't know, a bag of Doritos every other week is what we're buying. And mostly it's like air-popped popcorn. How are we spending $1,200 in a month on groceries? This is unsustainable. How do we live like this?
I
I just saw someone get arrested for shoplifting at my regular grocery store. And the funny thing is, I had walked in and I saw a police officer with all his gear stationed out front. And I'm thinking like, wow, this is weird and different, like what's going on. And my store has like a lot of, you know, prepared foods, you know, out front, like salmon bowls, and they had like some charcuterie stuff. So, you know, it's like quick grab and go stuff. And apparently, you know, someone was grabbing and going, and I had just gotten in, and I all of a sudden hear like angry, like aggressive male voices, and I look over and the police officer has got some guy with his hands behind his back right in that area. And there had been no other commotion before that. And this is like, I don't know, the guy's like middle-aged, 5'7", like schlepping around in a sweatsuit and like a hat, like he was shoplifting something, and like trying to grab and go but not pay for like a $13 salmon bowl. And you know, in 2026, with everything we're facing, like I kind of feel like if you see someone shoplifting food, no, you didn't. And I know that's going to make a lot of people angry. But if you see someone taking food from a grocery store, no, you didn't. A $13 this, that, or the other to feed themselves or their family, I don't know. Is that really what we're all about? People can't afford to live. The world is burning. If someone is stealing food from a grocery store, they're hungry.
I saw a guy pop up on my FYP the other day, a young guy, and he was in an absolute rage because he couldn't make it make sense. He makes 3 times minimum wage. 3 times what the minimum wage is, and he can't afford to live. Read an article in an economic journal that said the national average income to live comfortably for a single person is $96,000. For a family of 4, the national average to live comfortably, just comfortably, is $240,000. And granted, that's an average, so in some places it's higher. How are we supposed to make it make sense?
I'm picking up my prescription, and the lady was like, "Are you aware of the price?" And I was like, sure am. Oh, just picked up my prescription for my inhaler to breathe, that I don't have a choice. I have to take, okay? It was almost $300. I haven't gotten it in over a week and a half because I just haven't had the money to get it. Somebody please explain to me why the last 2 months it was covered under my insurance and now the exact same inhaler is not. I don't know, like, I am so freaking frustrated. How are people supposed to survive like this? Like, living, period, is expensive. Trying to, like, feed yourself and feed a 15-year-old and, like, all of this stuff. How are people supposed to do this? Because on my salary, it's a little pricey. Like a $300 inhaler that I'm going to have to buy again next month.
Dude, I read a statistic this morning that said 1 in 5 American households making $150,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. I believe it too, because the other day I had just like the most normal, boring ass day that you can imagine. I had some stuff to do on base, so I was out and about. Sam was out at a doctor's appointment. We decided, you know what, we're gonna go actually have lunch outside of our home, which we never do anymore because we're always at home. And when both people work from home, what's the point of leaving the house? And our oldest was at her doctor's appointment with her, so the 3 of us went out and got Cuban sandwiches and fries, and I mean, club sodas to drink. Like, it was literally not that big of a deal. So all of that cost $76, which, okay, I mean, lunch for 3 people, it's about $25 each, right? Then that evening I was coaching, and she was at a soccer booster event for the high school, so we didn't have time to cook dinner, right? We had some leftovers, but it wasn't enough, so we saved that for lunch for the kids the next day and just picked up some pizzas for them to eat that night after all the soccer activities. On my way to pick up the pizza, I got gas, and it was $100, like 98 and change. And the pizza and a salad was $61. So without doing anything crazy or extraordinary, we spent like $250. I don't know, like, where does this go? Where does this go? Like, how are we gonna do this? I don't know. This crazy is nuts.
Hello, friends. I don't know how to do this in under 2 minutes, so let's see how I go. Over the last 50 years, the United States has become a country where everything is insanely expensive and no one gets paid enough money. The capitalist class, meaning the oligarchs, the millionaires, the billionaires, the business owners, have increased their income so much that it's absolutely insane. Meanwhile, the rest of us have seen very little or no increase in our pay. Meanwhile, housing is exponentially up. Groceries are exponentially up. Gas is exponentially up. Insurance is up and covering less. Every single thing that we need in our lives is getting more and more and more expensive, but our income is not going up to match it. And the reason that that is happening is because the capitalist class are taking all of the money. That is why we have people who are worth $500 billion, $250 billion, which is absurd and obscene, but it all happens because we keep buying shit, and we have become so complacent and so used to this mistreatment that we don't do anything about it. So maybe it's time to start voting with our dollars.
The middle class is the most expensive place to live in worldwide, and no one is talking about it. Poor people get help. Rich people, they have options. The middle class somehow pays full price for everything and gets nothing. Think about it. If you make $85,000 a year, it sounds fine on paper, but you're too rich for financial aid, so your kids are going to take out loans. You're too rich for housing assistance, so you pay rent full price. You're too rich for medical aid, so your insurance costs $600 and it barely covers anything. You're too rich for food stamps, so your grocery bill eats you alive. But you're too poor to invest, too poor to buy property, too poor to hire help, too poor to start a business without risking everything, too poor to take a year off or to actually be free. So you work the 50 hours a week to stay exactly where you are. You can't go down, the safety net is gone, you can't go up. The capital isn't there. You're just stuck running on a treadmill that rewards you with the same spot every single year. And the most cruel part is you're the one that society depends on. You pay the most taxes by percentage, you fund everything, you vote, you show up, but you get nothing back but a clap that you're doing fine. The middle class isn't a step on the ladder, it is a trap door. If you're in it, you've got two choices. Climb hard enough to escape it or accept that you're funding everyone else's lives except your own. There's no staying in the middle. The middle is disappearing, and the people who don't see it are the ones that are going to wake up wondering what happened to the life that they thought that they were actually building.
Alright, man, we're going to start the dang video out here. And well, my son-in-law started that dang diesel. Is what it is, I guess. But I just wanted to end this video out here, obviously working in the garden again. Still, man. That's where I've been spending a lot of time. Got the strawberry bed framed, got dirt in it. So now we just got to get the strawberries planted. Getting ready to haul a couple loads more of dirt over here. And tidy up and build some more boxes, and we'll be doing that. So I shared those, people, Some of them are losing it, man. And there's a lot of videos or clips or whatever, segments, I don't know what you call them, that I didn't put in here because of the cussing, you know, and not that I'm not prone to doing that, especially when I get irritated or upset, man. And I'll tell you, these days we pretty much all have something to cuss about because it's bad, man, and it's getting worse. And I think sooner or later something major is gonna happen. It ain't gonna be good. So yeah, I'll be dang careful out there. This crazy world, man. Watch your top knot and watch your six. Be careful. Make sure, man, plant a garden, man. If you can't do a garden, do it, you know, like I keep telling you, man, in containers in your apartment or wherever you're at. You know, plant something. You're gonna need it. It's so loud around here anymore. It's just crazy. So, be careful out there. Good Lord willing. And them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.